Hi, my name is Sean McGee. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and over the coming days and weeks I'm going to be posting some video on the subject of stress, anxiety, low mood and depression. These video posts are intended to inform, and if people find something in these videos that they relate to and you require more information, please feel free to contact me directly. My details will be shown at the end of this video clip. Stress, it's everywhere. And God knows very few people in Ireland has escaped stress over the last certainly 8 to 10 years. And stress is it's universal, and in some ways people are coming to see it as a normal part of their daily existence, part of the drudgery of their lives, which is unfortunate, because this adaptation to stress and the symptoms that come with it greatly reduce the quality of our lives. And there are steps that you can take. Fundamentally, stress is a feeling of being overwhelmed. It's a feeling of being unable to cope with a given situation, or perhaps just with life at a given time. It certainly is very uncomfortable. And in some ways we need to identify what is it that we mean when we talk about being stressed. Stress can come with an experience, an event. It can be very pointed, it can be very uncomfortable, but sometimes we can relate it to something that's happening in our lives. Being overloaded at work, difficulties paying bills, maybe having problems with a particular relationship. Acute stress is something that genuinely is every day, and there are steps we can take to manage ourselves better, to run our lives in a more stress-free way. The other type of stress is when it becomes chronic, when it becomes our normal adaptation to our everyday life, where we're experiencing a background level of stress almost continuously. Chronic stress is incredibly destructive. Chronic stress, if it's left either undealt with or untreated, can actually lead to some form of physical, mental or emotional illness. Now, all I want to get across today in this short clip is that you can take action. You should take action. There are things that you can do. There are simple steps that you can take that, if they don't alleviate your symptoms completely, will give you back some degree of control and make you feel better. What can you do? Well, the first thing you need to do, if you are feeling in some ways anxious, down, low mood, even depressed, is see your doctor. That's the first place you need to go. Now, I continuously have people complaining that, well, I don't like to bother the doctor's extremely busy. Some people have an aversion to taking medication. I'm saying this, and I want you to listen very clearly. The first place you go is to your GP. Yeah, we all know your GP's busy, but that's what they're there for. That's where they are well placed with their expertise, their experience, and there are times when you do need medication. And I'd have to say many modern GPs now are taking a much broader view rather than just the old medical model. They're looking at lifestyle, they're looking at alternatives, they're looking at some form of counselling or psychotherapy. So the first place is talk to your doctor. The second thing I would say is take some action around your lifestyle. The very best antidote to stress is to remove the stressors. Certainly you want to examine how you're adapting to stress, because very often, we'll do things that might feel good at the time, they give us a bit of comfort, but longer term they're not healthy behaviors. So, resorting to maybe drinking too much, indulging in too much food, smoking, recreational drug taking, it's not a long-term answer. Now, what is an answer, and one of the things that everybody should be able to do, is begin to take some exercise. Research report upon research report is showing that regular, enjoyable, vigorous exercise is at least as effective as many medications in combating anxiety and depression. Just getting out, doing something you enjoy, particularly if you can get out into nature, get out into the fresh air, genuinely will help to make you feel a bit better. The other thing is, you need to understand that you do not have to suffer alone. You do not have to endure it on your own. So have a little think about your network, about the resources perhaps that you might call on if you're not feeling good. And you have to be a little careful in that some people may be as much a part of your problem as the solution. But if you've got a good friend, a confidant, somebody who you can talk things through with, then I would highly recommend that a problem shared is a trouble or a problem halved. Now, the other thing I would highly recommend is that you begin to take a little note of exactly when are you stressed, what is causing the stress, and how are you behaving or reacting to it. Some people call it a stress diary, but what it can sometimes do is, over a period of days or weeks, it may show patterns. It may show you what's making you feel particularly bad. It may actually highlight where something is simply a symptom of a deeper rooted problem. Okay? So even just having that information to hand when you speak to somebody can be incredibly invaluable. And finally, don't be reluctant to talk to a professional. Everybody needs a little help at some time on their journey through this life. So talking to a counsellor, a psychotherapist, a hypnotherapist can be incredibly enlightening. Now, all you need is an introduction, a consult, have a talk, ask the questions you need to get answered before you make a final decision about committing to anything. To me, your gut will tell you whether the person is right. If you can strike up a reasonable rapport, if their references check out, then you should seriously think about some professional help. Now, I'm going to leave it there today, but I want to go a little deeper into this whole question of stress. So just keep an eye out, and in the next day or two I'll be putting up some more. Thanks for watching.